everyone, it's Pam from GlamJunkJournals, and today I'd like to share with you my latest journal. I just completed this baby yesterday, and the name of this journal is Around the Christmas Tree. And the inspiration for this was really fun, and I was really excited to make this journal. This is made out of a record album cover. And the story behind the record album was a trip that I went on with my girlfriends about a year ago. And you know, when you go on a trip, you think, oh, where are some fun places to shop and fun things to do and good places to eat? But my main priority is, where is the closest thrift shop? And my friends have gotten used to that with me. So, you know, they come along with me, and I told them, okay, we're going to this thrift shop, and I want you to look for anything vintage, anything that grabs your eye, you know, fabrics and textiles and books. And my friend found this record album, and it's called Around the Christmas Tree. It's from the 1950s. And the funny thing is, I'm like, oh, that's perfect. I didn't know what I was going to do with it at the time, but I really liked it. And I went up to the counter, and the person checking me out said, well, you know, it doesn't have the record inside of it, so I'll just give you the album cover for $1. I'm like, yes, I didn't want the record anyways. I just wanted the cover. So anyways, I was so excited for that. So that's what this is. So let me get into the journal itself. This journal measures 6 by 8.5, and the spine is almost 3 inches, about 2 3/4 inches. It's 142 pages. It has 4 signatures that are attached with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And let's see, what was I going to say? Oh, this is the front of the album. And the challenges that I faced on this journal was making it journal size, making the album cover down to a journal size. So what I did is I looked at some of my other journals and just regular book sizes and framed the picture from the record album cover and cut around it. And then let me show you the back cover. The back cover just is totally an inspiration for this journal. Here's the back of the album. Look at that. Oh, don't you love the graphics from the 50s? Cracks me up. This is the back of the record album. So anyways, I put a lot of the images from the retro era 1950s in this journal. And that was challenging for me because I usually go with more of a vintage antique feel to my journals and the look of that. And so retro, I looked up the definition of retro, and there's a couple different definitions out there. One says, you know, a style that has gone out of style and may come back into style, or one that is, I think, 50 years old, and then you go into antique and vintage, and those are over 100 years old. So this is definitely retro, and I did add some little bit of vintage with the laces in here because that's just how I make my journals, and I think I really achieved what I was going for. So on the cover, I didn't do a lot of embellishments, but I did add some bling on a roll and some liquid pearls and some rhinestones and buttons along the Christmas tree, and some gold trim up the side and more bling on a roll. And I really didn't want to cover up the image, so that is all that I added on the front. And so we'll go inside. I just am so excited about this. And like I said, it was challenging to turn a record album cover into a journal. But let's go inside. Okay, this is a silk ribbon closure. And here is the inside of the front cover. Now this is another part of the album cover. And what I did is, if you remember back in the day of records, the album cover's made out of, it's kind of a thin cardboard. And so what I did is I sewed two sides together of the album cover because I knew I wanted this to be part of the journal. So that was part of the cover that I had cut down. And so that is along here too. I had to piece two cardboards together from the album cover, and I sewed all the way around and glued it together. So it makes a sturdy cover, the two sides of the record album. So let's see, I added some vintage lace, and on every piece of lace that is this pattern, this is a placemat from my husband's grandmother. I added some of this trim because I just thought it was pretty. And so on this side is a pocket I made with some scrapbook paper and just a couple, let me move that out of the way, a couple little tags that I made. And there's some more of that trim with some lovely sequined trim there. And here's a little cutout from a Christmas card wishing you a warm, peaceful holiday and the best new year to come. Excuse me. So on the other side, this is some graphics that I did get from the New York Digital Collection. There's a lot in the public domain. So I sewed that together. Oh, and I also mentioned, did I mention this? It's 142 pages. I don't remember if I mentioned that. And there's a vintage recipe. We've got some writing space. And this little lady is from Pixabay. Now there's a huge collection of free domain pictures on Pixabay. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but I would go check it out. And I added a little bit of glitter to her wreath and added some trim there. So she's just such a cute lady from that era. And here is part of my knitting how-to book. Kind of cut her head off when I tore it. Whoops. More writing space. Oh, and do you guys remember this? I'm dating myself again. This is penmanship paper where you had to practice your letters because they have the dotted line in between and you had to write at a slant. And I was never good at it because I'm left-handed, so my letters always went that way. But anyways, penmanship paper. Back in the day, right? Here is a vertical belly band that I did into a pocket, and these fabrics are used throughout the journal. And this I got from a good friend of mine, the Jingle Bells, and so I put that in there. And I made a little card right there for writing. And I also did a collage, and some of the papers are going to be throughout this journal. This is the McCall's December 1960 catalog. You could get 1 year for $2.50. So I just did a collage Frankentag on that. And then behind that is a coloring book page. So the interesting thing, I was looking at all the pictures from the 1950s and all the Christmas cards and the graphics, and they had a lot of not really the traditional red and green. They had a lot of blues and seafoam greens and pinks and lighter colored reds. So that was, I had to work with that too throughout this journal. So anyways, this is the center of the first signature, and this is a advertisement for gold medal flour from the McCall's catalog. And I just did a snippet on the side there. And then on this side, there's just some sparkly cardstock, and I made a tag here. Let me get that off. And the Christmas tree images from that era are very geometric. So I cut out some triangles out of cardstock and just made some cute little Christmas trees with some fabric that has some glitter eyelash trim. That's also from my good friend. And some snowflakes on there. So we've got some more writing space. There's the other half of that knitting or crochet. I'm not sure which it is. It might be crochet. Here's some graph paper that I added some fabric on the bottom and a journaling tag there. And here is a piece of the magazine, or I should say a paper from the magazine. It says, "Give a tree in bloom with beauty." So what this tree is all these beauty products. So I thought that was really cute. I'm like, hey, I would like that. So this is also from the McCall's catalog, and I didn't want to cut that up, so I stuck it in a pocket. And the vintage children's book page, writing space, the other side of that recipe, more of that free domain image there. And this is a menu cover from the Beverly Hills Hotel in 1945. Now that's not really 50s, but it's got that retro look to it, so I like that. So I made a big journaling card there. And this is from a friend of mine who gave me a Life magazine, and I don't remember the date on it, but I just liked the story, and this looks like my mom. When I first saw it, I'm like, whoa, that's my mom. No, wait, it's not my mom. But it's some college students, and it just shows how to frolic in the snow. And so I thought that was really cute. So those are fun. I just love to look at those. And here's the other side of that placemat with some more of that dangly trim. I've got a side pocket here. It's a double side pocket with a cute little retro Santa on there. And then here's some more of my McCall's Franken paper collage tag right there. And this is a retro earring. So I figured, you know, the geometric look, kind of the triangle look went well with that. And here's some more free images from the public domain. Writing space. I've got a doily in there. Here's another image from that crochet magazine, instructional booklet. You can make a pillbox hat. And this color was what I was talking about. They have a lot of that kind of teal look in the retro Christmas. So I thought that went well. And here, I'm pretty proud of this page. I made some retro ornaments out of cardstock, and I glued them all together and made a pocket out of them. So a lot of the ornaments, like I said, are more geometric, and they have the diamond shape to them. So I thought, okay, I got to make one of those. So I just freehanded that, and pretty proud of myself because I don't really do that well with freehand, but I like that. And then a journaling card on the inside there, and added some bling on the top. You know I gotta add bling. Penmanship paper, vellum. Here's the center of the second signature. This is also from my good friend. Now see what I'm talking about, the triangle Christmas trees and the different coloring on there. So this is the center signature. And I made this tag last year. It's made out of buttons and just some liquid pearls and some added bling on that. So I thought that was really cute. And it has that same triangle shaped tree, so that goes there. That goes good on there. Vintage Santa with a couple little tags and a sentiment from a Christmas card. And here is another one of those triangle trees, I'm telling you. Added some buttons and some trim and some more of that silver fabric that has the eyelash trim on that. And it's also got some liquid pearls and some glitter on that to make it sparkly. There's the other side of that hat. Writing space. More images. A vintage doily. And here is a pocket made out of that same fabric. journaling tag with some more bling. And you guys have probably seen this in my other journals. This is a tablecloth from a good friend of mine's grandma. And my friend said, I'm not using that tablecloth, and this thing was huge. So I just absolutely love it. It goes with so many different themes. So we've got more writing space, a Christmas greenery from a vintage Christmas book. And here's an image from the McCall's catalog. It's not necessarily Christmas, but it goes with the retro look. I just love how elegant the fashions were in the ladies back in that day. And here's the other side with that same blue that they used a lot in the retro Christmas. It's got some more writing space. And here is yet another, this cracks me up. Excuse me. Another advertisement from the McCall's catalog. I'm going to turn it here. And what it says is Reynolds aluminum foil gift wrap. So check out that dapper fellow there. And she's all excited about getting presents wrapped with colored aluminum foil. I didn't know they had that. Do you guys remember that? I don't even remember that. So anyways, I thought that was cool. All right. More of that penmanship page, or paper, I should say. And here's the center, the second signature. I did a pocket on this side. It's actually a double pocket. Made some tags on that. And a cute little Santa. Have you been naughty or nice? So there's another journaling card. And warm wishes to you. Another card from a cut up Christmas card. And here is part of the album cover. So it was Decca Records. So that was cool. And I did another tag, a couple of tags there, and a fabric and scrap paper snippet. So let's see what we got. We got lots of writing space. Oh, and here's another advertisement. Okay, now this one, I say they all crack me up, but they do. The Gift of Beauty. Now this wouldn't go over really well these days, you guys. So it says, nothing guards figure-friendly beauty like a Borg scale. For this scale always tells the truth. Gain or lose a single pound, you know it. So hopefully none of us gets a scale for Christmas, because that would not be good. But I guess back in the 50s, they thought that was okay to give scales. All right. Anyways, there's the other half of that lady. And this is a description from the McCall's catalog on children's Christmas fashions. So that's just a little article there. More of that page. And I've got an envelope that just has some stamping on it and a cute little snowflake. Okay, now let's see what this one is. I just love this catalog. It has recipes for Christmas stars. So I put that in there. I didn't want to cut these up because you couldn't get the full description of the, advertisement or the article. So I just kept them in there. Oh yeah, there's the scale. What am I doing? I'm back a page. Okay, I screwed up. Wait. Oh yeah, there I was. Whoops. Oh, and this, I made a bookmark. Here is the top of the album, Around the Christmas Tree, thus the name of the journal. So I had to make a bookmark out of that. And then here's some more of that lace with the trim. And I had to include this. This is a card from that same era. Will always remember coming to your party. And then they got all these people just partying up a storm. And let's see how this opens. Where does it open? I know it opens. Oh, geez. Oh, no, it doesn't. Excuse me. But how did we get home? So I thought that was very cute. So that goes along with the era there. And here's more of that Jingle Bell fabric. Doily, writing space. Make some mittens, recipes. And then the penmanship page, a diagonal belly band with the same fabric that's used throughout the journal. And a lot of these pages are the two-sided cardstock, which I've mentioned before that I love because it gives a different pattern on each side. And a retro Santa, isn't he cute? I think this one was from the Graphics Fairy, who has tons and tons of wonderful images. And this is also from the Graphics Fairy. This says Joyous Christmas. It's a retro church scene. And I added some, you can't really see them, but you can see them in real life. They're clear stencils of snowflakes. So I put that on there and added some bling to the center. And here is a removable booklet made out of some of the scraps that I used throughout the journal. There's the S&H Savings book. So that is stuck on there, and that also has a stencil on it. I think it says, no, that one doesn't say anything. It's just more of the snowflakes. And a little stamp at the bottom, Happy Holidays. More writing space. And then on this page right here is a little fold out. Another snippet there. And then a fold out there. And on the inside, do you remember this too? Oh man, where you used to take your film in and to get it developed. He's this little cute, he looks like an elf. That's why I put him in there. It says, don't do this. Don't cut your film strips. And then on the inside of this little pocket, I put an S&H Savings stamp or card or whatever you call this, money, I don't know what you call it. And then some writing space with some Christmas leaves on the top. That folds over. And here is another one of my collaged McCall's Frankentags. And I added this image on the front and added some bling on that and some eyelash trim. So there's another journaling card there. And then here is the back. Now, this is another part of the album. This lists all the songs and all the artists that are, were on the record. And this little lady, this little girl, I should say, I didn't know how to frame her because she wouldn't fit on the back. But as you can see, there's her arm, and it went right along the side. So I really like the way I was able to pull the full graphic together and still, keep that cute little girl. So there it is. So you never know where your next inspiration is going to come from. I'm so excited with how this turned out. And, I learned a lot making this journal with, just how to reuse things and use items that aren't necessarily used for junk journals. So anyways, don't forget to look at the records when you go to thrift stores. So happy holidays to you guys. I know it's a little early, but I'm getting into the Christmas spirit and the holidays. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oops.